NBC5 News at 11 starts now.
The Port of Coos Bay is receiving close to $30 million for the Coos Bay rail line upgrades planning project. Thank you for choosing NBC5 News at 11. I'm Andrea Boyd. This brings the total amount of federal funds to $55 million in just the last week. NBC5's Lauren Preto is breaking down what this new funding will do.
The Port of Coos Bay is receiving additional federal funding after gaining $25 million for the Port of Coos Bay's Pacific Coast Intermodal Port Project. The project plans to ease congestion on other ports by being the nation's first ship-to-rail port on the West Coast. Friday, a second investment of close to $30 million was announced for the Coos Bay Rail Line Upgrades Planning Project. This brings the total amount to $55 million of federal funds in just 1 week.
We've got more than 50 million reasons on the South Coast to be happy.
According to Oregon U.S. Senator Ron Wyden, the first investment mainly focused on environmental design, whereas Friday's $29.7 million will help plan rail-specific improvements. This includes track rehabilitation and new sidings, along with a reevaluation of the viability of tunnels, bridges, and crossings along the route from Coos Bay to Eugene.
We are all about trade in our part of the world. We can grow things in Oregon. We can make things in Oregon. We can add value to them in Oregon. Everybody gives speeches about how they're going to outcompete China. This gives us a big chance to do that.
When we spoke to Port of Coos Bay Director of External Affairs Matt Friesen about the initial investment from the government, he explained the importance of having durable infrastructure. He believes this project will provide that stability.
What we've seen going back to COVID, just how sensitive and fragile our supply chain really is to disruptions. We had already seen that there was, given the projections for growth in the future, there wasn't going to be enough capacity on the West Coast to handle it.
Senator Wyden says now that the government has shown its support of the project, they can go to the private sector to find future funding.
This would really set the bar in America for modern, environmental-friendly, ship-to-rail container operations. You've got a small town, Coos Bay, showing big grit, and the administration's paying attention to it.
Senator Wyden says he's also already looking into improving potential housing issues as the chairman of Senate Finance Committee, as the project estimates bringing in over 8,000 permanent jobs. He believes two pieces of legislation, the low-income housing tax credit and middle-income housing tax credit, would both be ideal for the South Coast. Happy to see this project chugging along with federal help. Lauren Preto, NBC5 News.